Hey YouTube, it's Cutt here, and we are bringing you another one. Yes, my drawing of Missy Elliott was in her music video. Okay, but before we get started on that, don't forget to like, subscribe, push that notification button because we're going to keep bringing this stuff to you. Stuff is happening. Stuff is happening. If you want to see this video without my commentary, then you definitely came to the wrong place because we have a video. I'm just sliding all over the place. We have a video for you already ready. Click right here. You can see that video without the commentary. You can just check out the speed drawing and this cool mix of Missy Elliott's music. Like 4 or 5 songs are mixed in there. Anyway, it's a great mix. I don't know who made it. Anyway, I clicked the link in the description below so you'll see who made it. And yeah, you can watch it without me. So the story behind this. I opened up my Instagram and this picture of Missy Elliott's music video album cover was the first thing I saw. I think it was 2019 fall. And I was like, I gotta draw that. Like I literally opened it up. It was right there. I was like, I gotta draw it. I had to, like, it was dope. I was like, this is dope. I'm gonna draw this. And I did. I just drew it for fun. It was like, this is gonna be fun. Didn't think anything of it. Maybe like a month later, I get a DM from her manager, her design manager, and she's like, we would love to use your image in a music video. I died. I was like, no. I was like, yes, but I was like, no, right? I was like, wow, like, really? Like, and the theme was basically of the music video that they were in a museum of Missy Elliott. So basically all the artwork is fan art of her. So it makes sense that my piece would be in there. So I was like, yes, I'm down. So I did not get paid for this. It's not a paid thing. It would have been nice, but I knew, hey, I could put Missy Elliott on my resume. I can put it as a person I worked for or with. So I didn't look at it as a like, oh, I'm not getting paid. I looked at it as an opportunity, and you should look at things like that as an opportunity. I need to do a video about that, okay? Because people think everything's about money. You get paid in other ways, okay? But anyway, this is a great opportunity. But when I tell you I'm in the background, one shot is real, but you see how blurry this is? It was even more blurry. Let me show you a clip right here.
Pay my own bills, I'm gonna be alright.
So I'm in there, but like I'm all the way in the back. But when I tell you I was so high, you couldn't have told me nothing. You could not. I don't know if you ever seen the, I'm gonna show the clip right here.
Okay, here I come.
We're working for a better tomorrow. Today.
We're Monsters Incorporated.
Where am I? Monsters Incorporated. We scare because we care.
I can't believe it.
Oh, Mike.
I was on TV! Ah, did you see me? I'm a natural! Hello?
This is the funniest from Monsters Inc. And the way they set it up, you would thought he would be upset. Like, dang, they covered his face up every time. Like, dang. But he was so hyped. That was me. Because I was in the back. But you can't tell me nothing. Are you in the back of a Missy Elliott video? That's how I felt. I was like, hey, I'm in the back, but I'm in the Missy Elliott video. Oh, that was so hype for me. So I was so hype about that. I even got it printed. Now, this is not for everybody because legally I can't sell it. I got it printed in a small frame. This is not available for anybody else, but I got it for myself because that's a big deal. It's Missy Elliott. It's Missy Elliott. Anyway, so, and that was really nothing came about it. But it was just a great opportunity, and that's about it. So let's get started.
I got a cute face.
So this piece is one of my favorites. It's up there. If I had to have a top 20, it's somewhere in there. I wouldn't say top 10 of my favorite drawings. I gotta do that. I gotta do that. I gotta do a top 10. One day I'll do that. But I can't say top 10 because I have a lot of favorite drawings, but it's definitely like in the top 20 of my favorite drawings. So you can see the head is a lot smaller here, and I changed that because I wanted it to be really massive, and something about just blowing up the head that worked. It worked here. Because now, just looking at it now, it just don't feel right. It don't feel the same. I did have symmetry mode on, one, to save time, because y'all know I don't be feeling like doing all that. and it was too much going on. Too much going on the jacket, and I'm like, nobody wants to do all that. But if you symmetry, then you only have to do half of all that. So that's what I did. And then I said, nope, make them bigger. So you can see I sketched everything out, did a basic sketch, because I knew some stuff was going to be a lot of like just going off the cuff when it came to the detail of the jackets. I didn't go too hard. I just kind of did a base. Went back in. You can see I'm not using the method that I use now, because it's before that method where I do the silhouette, fill in there with gray, and then color. I didn't come back in ink. I didn't do that. I just go straight in with the ink here. It's cool. It has a unique look that I don't really have, that I don't do anymore. That's the bottom line to that. The inkiness was fun. Doing the braids. Braids are weird. You got to know the pattern, and you can cheat the pattern a little bit. But that was a lot of fun. Those big old hoop earrings, that was fun. And I love me a pointed, what do you call these things? Shoulder pad or whatever you call them. I just love that. So I don't even think it was like that, but I exaggerated it. This truly was an exaggeration of that original photo. So you can see I'm going in, adding in those little details, things I just don't be wanting to do ever. But you can see I'm doing more detail than what I sketched, because I'm like, I got to do all this intricate detail. When you're intricate detail, you don't have to worry about your line strokes that much. So I was like, why sit here and sketch it all out when I can just do a base sketch of where I want things to be, and then go back and really go ahead and add in that detail. Chains have that same feeling of braids, where it's like a certain pattern that you have to kind of know and play with that. So you can see I took a break on the jacket, did the chains, came back to the jacket, and going in and just adding that detail. It's not fully accurate to the way it was on the camera a little bit, where it was on the what do you call it, the picture, but I just kind of took a suggestion from it. You can see it there, right there again, and just kind of played with it. And this was fun, making her skin just red, just starting with red. That was fun. That's not something I would usually do, but I just started with red and then went from there. That was a lot of fun. And you can see I went in and did a base, like a base color of the main colors that I wanted, and then went back on it and added the detail. This jacket is just dope. I don't know who created that jacket, but it's giving me everything. Absolutely. So and just went in, did, you know, just like a base of these colors. Now I went back in and did the shadows. Same thing that I love, which is to have the light come from the top. They kind of have that same lighting too, so I was like, all right, I know I'm hitting it from the top, which means the shadows are going to be on the bottom. So going in, adding all that detail. You can see I added a highlight. It was too harsh. I went back and reduced it a little bit. And I would say it took a second, but I'm glad I added in just some, like a gradient of light, as opposed to just those harsh, because I like me a harsh shadow or harsh, but for this piece it needed a little bit of bloom to it, and I think I added in later on because it was too harsh, I think. Let me look. Yep, I added some bloom later on. And then I did my double shadows, which I love, so I'll do a main shadow, and then I'm going to do a deeper shadow just to really push. And I realized the pieces that have that usually are one of my favorite ones, but I don't like doing that all the time because sometimes it's too much, and I don't want that for every piece. But when I do it, it is one of my favorite things to do. So you can see I went in and did a little bit of shading type of shadows, just to soften it up a little bit more, and especially on her skin. I don't think I did that for the jacket, but on her face more so. And I'm just going and still adding the details of the shadows, like on the chain, on the jacket, on the earrings. Doing metal is so fun. It's so fun. It's not that hard of a concept to get once you realize how to work it out. Did the same thing with the highlights, just kind of blushed it out a little bit. And this hair, I would say, is my favorite part of the whole thing. This blue, vibrant blue hair is just dope. It's stronger in digital world than it is when you print, because you can't really get that real vibrancy that you can get in digital than you do in a printed file. And just going in and adding and adding and adding. And I think this is one of those pieces where I was really like, really experimenting and bringing what I saw into my world, into my style. And I thought that was a lot of fun. Did some bounce lighting underneath. And some of these things you don't see on the main piece, but I just wanted to bring it forward with the type of level of detail that I like to do. And obviously that was a good idea because they put it in the music video. Okay. Yes. So now I'm doing the highlights and really playing with the earrings. I never really did metal earrings like this with all the different colors in it. Like, that was a lot of fun. You can see I'm adding some sparkles. And now I'm preparing the getting the background a little bit more vibrant. The only thing that's asymmetrical is the nose ring. Everything else is pretty symmetrical. Also, I colored the black lines. You can see it here. I don't do that all the time, but that's another thing. When I color the black lines, instead of it being black, make them a certain color, it brings the piece forward as well. So I'm just kind of preparing the layers so I could show on Instagram and stuff like this. This is way before I even knew she was going to see it. I just wanted to draw it. And that was it. And that's about it. I will say that was one of my... That was a big one. That was a big deal. It's still a big deal. I was like, wow, I can't believe my art was in Missy Elliott's music video. Like, that's crazy. Like, and that's just crazy. So even though it was small and, you know, they cut and, you know, sometimes they cut and just certain shots don't get out there. And that's okay. I have no qualms about that. I just felt so honored to even be asked to be a part. I had to sign Cadillac Records contracts and everything. Like, it was a real deal, y'all. It was a real deal. So just an honor, and that was like the beginning of big opportunities that came my way, and other things came out. Some things came because of this piece. So like, even though I didn't get money out of it, a lot came out of it. So I just felt so honored to even be asked to do such a thing. So anyway, like I said, if you want to see the video without me, click here. It'll also be in the description below. You can see the video, just the speed drawing by itself with some really cool music, some remixes of her songs. Also, the video that I'm in will also be linked below, you know, but I'm in there. Try to find me again, even though I showed you. And that's it. Don't forget, like, subscribe, push that notification button, because I'm going to keep on bringing this stuff to you. That's it, y'all. I was in Missy Elliott music video.
I'm so futuristic. Big hips and big hips. Body be thick like a bitch with a different microphone.
What are you doing? I know you're not about to leave without liking or sharing or something. I know you see that red button. You better subscribe to my channel. See you soon.
Work it, let me work it. I put my thing down, flip it and reverse it.